Video. In this video, we are going to be talking about the mindset. Because as we know, the mindset is everything. No matter your knowledge and no matter what you know, don't have a good mindset, a disciplined mindset, nothing is actually going to work for you. So without any further delay, we start with the 80 to 20% rule. Yes, I know we are talking mainly about Forex, how to survive Forex, the right education, but this 80 slash 20 rule, that is 20% tactics, 80% psychology, applies to anything you want to do in life. That is just the truth. Because if you have a greedy psychology, you kill long term goals, you kill potentials. Sometimes you actually kill what will give you your wealth. So now let's just dive into the next one, which is showing the enemy within. Now, what are the enemy? I just made an example of greed, and greed is actually number one here. And in trading, greed causes over trading, moving targets, excessive risks. You won't be patient for setup. And if you are using even automated softwares or signal bots that I have or you can have access to work with me, greed can also spoil that because if I give you the right setting, because you're looking for more money, you can overset it, over tweak it. And if you're over tweaking it for something like a martingale system, all you need is one spike and your whole account for that particular day is gone. If you have not withdrawn, it's gone. I'm saying this because I've seen clients use their own hand to kill themselves. In my channel, I'm not going to give only the sweet side, the right knowledge. So, what comprises of the right knowledge? The right knowledge means, okay, apart from the foundation, you need to have the right knowledge to really, really, really survive. And I've given you the first part in my first six modules and the introduction. Even in the introduction, I talked about greed. You have the right foundation, what to look for, support and resistance must be applied to anything you are doing. You understand? So now we're going to talking about the mindset. So we're going to talk about the four enemies. Greed should be out of it. Fear, hesitation, early profit taking, revenge. Early profit taking sometimes still happens to me, especially if I see one sudden spike. And most of the time, that's why lately now I don't really do scalping much again like I used to. I let it be. If it hit my SL, fine. If it goes to my take profit, fine. Swing trading, day trading. Even recently, I've been able to introduce it to my students. Even the tactics I have, the ones that for me for themselves, I say, look at the long game. There's a zone good we get to again. I will just leave the take profit to be open. Long game. So fear, should not have fear. So and one thing about fear, you need to the antidote, you need to accept losses are business costs. Like me, I don't take losses as a do or die affair. I take losses now as a lesson. which inflects in my trading, the way I'm even talking to you now, in my automated and manual signals. I mean my automated and manual bots. Every day is an experience. Every day we improve. So no greed, no fear. Hope is a good thing, but where hope becomes very dangerous, um is when you have used your normal risk to reward ratio. It's coming to hit it. You can extend the stop loss. And you setting -100, you're extending it to -200. Oh no, I cannot take this. -200 to -300. What if it goes to your -300 you're setting it? Have you ever thought of that? In trading, there's nothing like hope. If it hits your head sell and reverse, no problem. Take the trade again or wait for another setup. In fact, wait for another setup. That's why I preach about patience. Patience, patience, patience. Honor stop loss is the antidote. Automated Excel placement, no manual modification. That's why those that have these factors of greed, fear, hope, and revenge, the automated system is actually good for you. Hit me up, we can talk about that. So there is no need for me talking much about this, self-explanatory, and it has happened to anybody that had a bad side. So we're going to be talking about the trading journal. Like I said, trading journal is even good, especially for beginners. Especially for beginners. We're talking about the date and time, data point, your entry and your exit stamp, the purpose, pattern recognition in performance. Like I said, some people will say I'm stupid, making people independent than dependent. That is not the goal, because making people dependent, what what will happen now when we get up to 60, 70 years? All the things we are doing now in our youth, we will have to cut more than half. We will not even have the urge or zeal to do some things again, because what is the point? What do I have to prove at that time? So what will happen to people that are still dependent on you? You need to go, because with the good knowledge, your legacy goes on. Somebody that is a guru, that you turned into a guru, will always refer you and will always come back for the slightest problem or challenge he has, because you carried him out of a dependent, yes, scenario, situation, to a dependent one. So a dependent scenario to an independent person. Now, if psychology, everything is positive, he can make it, doesn't see losses again as the end of the world that can make anybody commit suicide. But he sees it that, okay, this didn't happen, let me go again. That is what differentiates billionaires from millionaires and thousandaires. We all are happy, hey God, when we have become like this person. Hey, Elon Musk, hey, on now Facebook, some rich people you see now on TikTok. Did you take, but did you take time to know the process? How they got there? Did you take your time? Do you think Elon Musk has not faced zones of bankruptcy, even on his current status? Some millionaires you see in dollars today, some mortgage their house as a final result, but they never gave up on their dreams. They stuck to the process in whatever they did. not just in trading but in any aspect of life. All this is applicable to any aspect of life, any aspect. I want to lose weight, this and that. If your psychology is fucked up or one or two things, nothing, and you say this is calm, this is not working. So you need to put all this, your journal, for since we are talking about forex, your journal is very essential. There, the size, the prices, don't mix the factors already. I didn't know what I mean by confluence. Don't mix the factors. Okay, are these factors is suitable now in a ranging market, in a shopping market, in a war market? Is this? It means all this helps you. Confidence is very important, but we all know the good parts of things. I did this video because of this greed, fear, hope in the bad sense. Revenge can actually kill anything you have. So my weekly review is this: analyze ten trades, rolling win rates, identify emotional pattern triggers. These are for manual traders. But with automated, you don't really need to be afraid because automation does not deal with any of this. Buy, sell is set, depending on the TP you set, your recovery rate, your stop loss. That is what it follows. And that is how life is. So with this, I bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching and subscribe, follow for more content which I will be dropping soon. Thank you.